The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're conducting a features inspection and performance evaluation on the Formula 310BR, a boat with impeccable fit and finish and handling characteristics of the brand, but the real feature that impressed us with this boat is the power plant. Under the hatch is a pair of 430 horsepower Ilmor 6.2-liter GDI-S engines. The aft seats lift on an electrically actuated ram. Inside are the new Gen 5 6.2-liter Ilmors rated at 430 horsepower. Most notable is the size. Competing manufacturers need to use bigger 8.2-liter engines to get the same horsepower, so these take up significantly less space. These are direct injected, so Ilmor was able to pick up about a 10% improvement in torque, and the torque range is much broader, from about 3,200 RPM to the top end, much wider than the Gen 4 engines. They have a closed cooling exhaust manifold, so there's no raw water running through the system. A heat exchanger is on the front of the engine that takes advantage of the glycol running through the cooling system, so no more worries about the manifolds and risers failing down the road from saltwater corrosion. In fact, now Ilmor is able to start offering an optional 7-year, 1,000-hour corrosion warranty on the exhaust manifolds. Also, all the surface points have been moved up high and to the front of the engines for easier accessibility. The remote flush, engine oil, drive trim oil, all within easy reach. Ilmor has also moved to a crank-mounted raw water pump, and just 3 bolts is all it takes for changing the impeller. The raw water strainers are moved to a more visual location for ease of inspection. The block and head are aluminum for lightweight. They've picked up about 15% in acceleration times and best cruise economy, and it has a 5-star carb rating, the best available. Some exciting changes in the electrical department. These have the biggest alternators, 95 amps. An independent battery charger is included for each battery, and this is cool. Ilmors now utilize an integrated EPDM, so what does that mean to you? Simply put, no more fuses or breakers. Simply go to your MERLIN screen and press reset. The helm is molded fiberglass. Choose from this charcoal or mocha. It includes a 9-inch multifunction display in the center. Analog gauges are to the left, and outdrive trim gauges flank a compass above. To the right is the 7-inch MERLIN display screen showing engine diagnostics and instrumentation, and there's a lot of controllability from this screen too. 2 are featured here as optional upgrades to the OneDrive system called OneTouch Pro, Anchor Assist and Planing Assist. Anchor Assist will use the engines and shifts to hold heading and position. Location Assist holds position but the bow is allowed to swing, and Heading Assist holds the heading but the boat is still allowed to drift or even act as an autopilot. Now from the main screen we see trim indicators for the outdrives. If we touch one of these, then a pop-up screen appears. One of these buttons is Planing Assist. Once the boat is on plane, this trims the boat drives for best cruise. If it starts to porpoise, it lowers the drives and brings them up again until just below that last setting, so it learns with each iteration of the trim control. Change the speed and the system relearns for a new trim setting. Same when running from calm water to rougher water, because again the boat starts to porpoise and the system adjusts accordingly. Or we can turn it off and do it manually. Just below is the OneTouch Pro joystick vessel control. It offers precision maneuvers around the dock, and because of the hydraulic clutch system, there's no clunking in and out of gear while doing so, and it can shift twice per second. Also notice when using the joystick, the MERLIN display screen shows not only the rotation of the joystick, but the direction of travel. And look at the curved arrow. It even shows the level of thrust, with the blue bar getting longer as we add power. We can not only use the touchscreen to select features, but the buttons on top of the joystick as well. Just behind is the trim tab controller that includes programmable memory buttons as well as one-touch all up and down functions. And then the Ilmor engine control binnacle with its host of features including engine sync and single lever. To the left of the wheel are the electrical switches, including for the standard windshield wiper. Below are the Clarion stereo control head with the VHF just below. To the right of the angled footrest are a charge port and the main breaker panel. To the left is a trash receptacle. The seats are 2 across, each being 18 inches, with contoured padding and multiple tones. Both include flip bolsters. Ahead, the windshield is framed in stainless steel. The Formula 310BR has a length overall of 31 feet, a beam of 9 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 37 inches. With an empty weight of 10,251 pounds, 48% fuel, and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 11,123 pounds. With the twin 430 horsepower Ilmor 6.2-liter GDI-S engines turning Ilmor one-drive outdrives with 28-inch prop sets and run up to 5350 RPM, we reached a top speed of 59 miles per hour. Best economic cruise with the auto trim activated came in at 3000 RPM and 23.9 miles per hour. At that speed, the 15.5 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 1.5 miles per gallon and a range of 191 miles. All while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 138-gallon total fuel capacity. With relatively calm seas, we were left with crossing wakes to show how she shoulders waves aside and keeps spray well away from the windshield and cockpit. These flat, calm conditions were good for the speed trials, but didn't give us the chance to see how she handles chop. That said, formulas are well known for being sea kindly, so we wouldn't expect any surprises. She'll quickly settle into her 5-degree bow high attitude, and we felt no need to mess with the outdrive trim, letting the Ilmor auto trim system handle that task on its own. Acceleration is brisk. Turns are solid with no ventilation of the props and zero chine walk. Now let's move on to the boat's features. Boarding is via the 41-inch deep swim platform, and this version includes the extended sport platform. There are even additional steps to the side with 8-inch pull-up cleats. The dolphin gray wood grain vinyl decking adds a non-skid effect while keeping the deck cool to the touch on hot sunny days. A protective rail runs along the sides and trailing edge that is both convenient for holding onto when swimming and efficient for protecting the platform from an errant docking. A reboarding ladder is in the center. Dual beverage holders are to both sides, making 4 of the boat's 18 total. Ahead and to starboard is the shore power connectivity. Just ahead is a 44 by 64-inch aft-facing sun lounge with individual 2-position backrests. Beverage holders and charge ports are to the sides, storage is underneath, and we're seeing the elevated level of fit and finish with the 2-tone upholstery, contrast bead welting, and differing textures. We enter the cockpit through a 15-inch wide walkway to port and down 2 7-inch steps with a gate to add safety. To the bulwarks is the freshwater washdown, the stereo remote, and the 2-engine flush quick connects. The cockpit is a continuous molded deck and liner, and the vinyl decking continues. Seating starts with a U-shaped bench to starboard. Twin pedestal tables with beverage holders can easily be added. Use shorter pedestals and filler cushions to create a sun pad. We can increase the capacity by flipping the helm seat backs forward and the aft seat backs aft. Like all seats, there are beverage holders, grab rails, and speakers recessed into the bulwarks. Storage is underneath. There's a color-matched molded wet bar to port. Under a bifold hatch is a sink plumbed to the 29-gallon water tank recessed into the Corian countertop. Alongside is a self-draining prep area. 4 beverage holders are across the back. Below is a stainless grab rail, and in lieu of the standard 17.5-quart cooler, there's a cockpit refrigerator. To the aft side, there's the main battery switches, the switches to power the helm ignitions, breakers, and a fire extinguisher. Across to port, there's an inward-facing bench seat measuring 64 inches, and it's configured to accommodate forward, aft, or side-facing occupants. As expected, storage is underneath, and the aft seat has a wastebasket underneath. All seating is upholstered in moondust vinyl. Just below is the thoughtful touch of a 110-volt outlet wired to the inverter. Courtesy lighting is in the bulwarks, every cup holder, and at deck level. The fiberglass arch is optional and brings the bridge clearance to 8 feet 8 inches. It adds a racy look in addition to supporting bimini tops fore and aft. The head compartment is in the port console. Inside is headroom of 4 feet 6 inches. The space includes a porcelain vacuum-flush head plumbed to a 36-gallon holding tank fitted with a dockside pump-out. There's a molded vanity with a stainless steel sink, Corian countertop. Mirrored cabinet storage is above, and below is color-coordinated wood grain flooring. Notice even here, a small storage space gets a gas strut to hold the hatch open. Ventilation is via an electric exhaust fan, a hull side opening port, and a sliding opaque window to the cockpit. The 22-inch wide walk-through to the bow includes double-door access to the compartmentalized storage in the helm console. Also here are a fire extinguisher, stereo, and amplifier, the main power switches, and a hull side window for natural light. We can close off the windshield and a lower air dam to add protection on chilly days. Rails rung along the tops of the cap rails to both sides, elevated 3.5 inches. They include removable caps so we can insert supports for an optional bow canopy. Seating wraps all the way around. Filler cushions can be removed to convert to chair-style seating. The aft seat backs include flip-down armrests, not flip-up, that need to be latched and unlatched from a finger-pinching release. A receiver in the deck accommodates the pedestal table. Again, the bulwarks have a recess housing the JL audio speakers, stainless beverage holders, charging ports, and grab handles. Again, storage is under the seats. Filler cushions and an additional seat back convert the whole bow into an enclosed sunning area with 3 across seating. Fully forward, the ground tackle is under a hatch opened with a lift and lock latch and supported with a gas strut. The compartment includes an optional electric windlass handling the all-chain rode leading through a chain stopper and forward through a through-the-stem anchor roller. Road access is to the side and the control switches are ahead. 8-inch logoed cleats are to the sides. Formulas are well known for their fit and finish, especially with the gleaming paint job that makes them so easy to spot. The 310BR is loaded with upscale features that rival anything in class. With a versatile seating, she appeals to a wider audience, whether cruising, coving, or just entertaining dockside. Of course, by partnering with Ilmor, there's so much more convenience and functionality added to our operations. And that's my full test and features inspection of the Formula 310 Bowrider powered by Ilmor. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.